I'm not sure if you noticed it, but there is a new purchase and sale contract circulating in the real estate community, specifically designated as 9/2000 at bar deeds. /bar as is what is ironic is that we see attorneys and a few brokers still writing contracts dated as far back as 2005. The older the contract, the simpler they were. Initially the contracts were specifically designed to protect sellers. However, they have evolved into highly technical legal documents designed to predominantly protect the listing broker and agent. There is nothing wrong with this approach, as brokers and closing attorneys get together to design the latest contract and addendums based on their colleagues' experiences. Many of these contract clause changes have evolved because investors have figured out how to use the existing clauses to their benefit. In addition, any clause can be overridden by simply adding an addendum or another clause. These overriding addenda are most obvious in contracts required by banks for short sales and real properties, not in investor contracts. So here we go again on another quest to dissect each minute part of every clause and see what helps us and what hinders us as investors. Then it is off to the races to add clauses that neutralize these newest onerous mind-bending clauses. I also have noticed that the banks that have been buying my cars on defeating deed restrictions have been changing their addendums to overcome the suggestions I offered in the material. This means you should read any deed restrictions before you make any assumptions about what you can or can't do on your next deal. Warning: I recently saw a clause in a contract that was way out of place and context, and it changed a major closing aspect of the contract. This added ghost clause was in a contract that a student prepared with exactly the correct clauses that he should have used. However, the buyer's agent took the contract addenda page and very carefully typed in a new sentence above a line item, so it appeared to be an original clause in the contract. The agent was extremely careful to use the same font type and size, so the change was imperceptible until we were ready to go to closing. This additional clause added about $0 to the closing costs that normally shouldn't have been paid. What would you have done? Sue. Not closed and lost the seller and buyer. Report her to the FDLE, FDBR, Florida Association of Realtors, or the FBI. This agent is still alive and out there doing her thing, so be careful. In summary, if you don't read what you are signing, you can complain that you didn't get what you deserved. We are all subject to complacency, and when you assume anything, it can make an ass you me. Contract law is fairly black and white, so your belief that some clause really doesn't matter could be very costly to your limitless success.